Hey guys, Kuzo here, back with another video. In this video today, we're going to be doing another redesign. This redesign is of Bakugo, and he's going to be redesigned into Vash the Stampede from Trigun. And if you guys don't know, Trigun is an older anime. I don't know how many of you have watched it. Let me know in the comment section how many of you have actually watched Trigun. It's a really awesome anime, and I like the character design and just how, like, the flowiness of the red suit and how it like drapes down at the bottom part and it has the collar, and sometimes the collar is in a ripped style, and I decided to go with the ripped style in this one. I did not put the Vash glasses on Bakugo. I just didn't think they would fit. I thought about putting them like up, on his forehead, kind of like when someone like moves their glasses up to their forehead and lets them sit there. I thought about doing that, but I bailed out on that idea. This isn't a direct reference to Vash's uniform. There's a few differences, and I gave him 2 of the black sleeves and stuff like that. Normally he only has 1. I've seen some illustrations where he has 2, but normally he has 1 because there's something going on with his arm in the anime. And yeah, but I gave him 2 to Bakugo 2 in this because, kind of like it's what would protect his arms from his, exploding technique and stuff like that. And that was my thought process behind it, as well as it just looks cool. But this one was definitely an out-of-the-box one, where it's like you wouldn't have thought of these 2 being meshed together. And my original thought was that I believe that the slimness of the uniform would look really cool on him, with how spiky and like upward his hair is, just the shape of his hair, Bakugo's hair. I felt like it would go really well with one of those uniforms that have like a neck collar that goes up further and creates that cool looking like tube shape up to the head that just tubes from like the way you draw it up to the hair that poofs out. And that was my thought process behind it, because I was like, you know what, this will look cool, no one would expect it, and yeah, so I went with it. As you can see, this one I did more of a pose, more of an illustration. I put some background elements in, stuff like that. I decided to go a little bit further with this one, and I might be doing more of this with the design series as well, as I get more comfortable with it, by putting them in actual illustration poses and finishing them up as full illustrations. Because this is a really fun thing to do, redesigning these characters. And I'm not gonna, once I redesign one character, I'm not gonna leave them alone. I will come back and redesign them into something else, but I want to give the character a break before I do that and do some other characters, and then I would come back to the character. Like, for example, steampunk is a very popular thing that people like to see their characters be put into. Cyberpunk is as well, so I could do that variation for many other characters, Bakugo and Todoroki alike, and Sasuke, and someone mentioned Natsu, which is a really cool idea, steampunk Natsu, and that's something I've been mulling over in my head how I would do it, and something I kind of want to do. And overall, I have some redesigns that I have written down that I tried not to think of something too typical, and I try to think of something really, out there that you're like, oh, I wouldn't have thought of that. This would look cool, and I draw it and it does look cool. At least that's my goal. And with some of them, I definitely want to try to go silly with, because there's some series that are silly, like taking a more serious character and putting them into like Bo, or, you know, like a comedy series like that. That would be pretty funny. But yeah, right now I am kind of just going with the cool peel, trying to see, you know, like what characters look good in which theme or series. And don't worry guys, I will definitely be getting around to all your favorite characters and stuff like that, and mixing them around, and definitely doing some females at some point. And might even go as far as to, at some point, merge them into a video game. Because my original thought for Bakugo, which isn't off the table, because I can always do this video, but was to make Bakugo a variation of a God of War from, you know, the God of War series, and give him like the tattoos, and he's like yelling with, like, you know, the explosions around him. And I thought it would work only because of his angry nature, and I thought it would be really cool. But I decided to go with this one because I thought it would be even cooler. But I might do stuff like that as well. But coming back to the character design, I tried to, for the overall illustration, I tried to give a good composition to the whole feel, and it seemed that every time I drew these kinds of poses, they always came out too stiff and wrong. And this one, I felt like I would tackle it for the first time in a long time, because I haven't done this pose in a very long time, and I've gotten better since the last time I've done it. And I tackled it, and I feel like I did a pretty good job, and I'm pretty satisfied with the overall positioning. For those of you who don't know why I'm drawing a bunch of crosses in the background, it's kind of a thing in the anime where there's this guy who carries around this cross covered in fabric, and when he goes to fight, you know, if he takes the fabric off, it's a huge weapon, it's a huge gun. And I thought it was really cool. And the cross aesthetic in the background, with them being kind of like blacked out, give a cool feeling to the whole illustration. Almost like a graveyard of fallen behind him, kind of like that feeling. Now that I'm thinking about it, in the top area, I kind of regret not putting a moon up there with a hole in it, because that's actually a big part of the Trigun series, where there's a big hole in the moon, because the secret of something, if you ever watch it, you'll find out. I don't want to spoil it here, but I should have done that though. Like I said, this is more of an illustration one, and I am definitely going to be finishing this, like fully finishing it, inking it, coloring it, and making it into a print. So there's always the chance of me putting that moon in there, because I feel like it would have been a cool aesthetic up at the top there, and plus it would give a better light source. I do have to say, one of the things I did have a hard time with is all the black and trying to make it look right, all up against each other, so I had to try to do the shading just right. But yeah, the black was difficult to work with. But I hope I successfully made it work. Overall, I'm pretty satisfied with the illustration. I think Bakugo looks totally awesome in this getup. In any case, if you guys want to help support what I do on this channel, help support my artists, you can check out my Patreon, link in the description. The perks on there are just like tutorials and stuff I do for manga illustrations and other stuff like that. But yeah, I'd like to take this time to thank my current Patreons: Ashley Elizabeth, Woody Olis, Heke Pelage, Sam Tinley, Wear My Crown, Daniel Healier, Osu, Poetical Gore, Noah Henderson, Mercuzio, TJ, Satoshi, Keenan Morel, Malcolm X, Person Smith. You guys are awesome as pencil shinobis around, help me be able to do what I do on this channel. In any case, I had a whole lot of fun with this illustration. I hope you guys liked the way it turned out. If you guys do like the way it turned out, please hit that thumbs up button. And if you're new to the channel, like what you see, please subscribe, hit that bell icon to get notified when each video comes out. And like always guys, hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video.